Hi, everybody. Welcome to yoga. We're back. Turn that off. It's nice and toasty in here. I hope you're toasty wherever you are. It's a cold, wintry afternoon, but we're gonna warm ourselves up with some yoga. I think today, I realized after I watched my recording that I forgot to do the other side of triangle last week. So this week we have to do both sides of triangle pose so I can make up for that. I knew I forgot something, but I couldn't figure out what it was. So we'll do that. And other than that, I'm just gonna see where the yoga spirit takes me. We're gonna start in prayer pose or child's pose, whatever feels good to you. So meet me down here on the mat. Take a nice deep breath, rest your forehead on the mat, let your belly kind of rest on your thighs. You can bring your hands forward, palms on the mat, or if that feels uncomfortable for your shoulders, bring your hands down by your ankles and let your palms face the ceiling. Let's just take some really nice, deep, slow breaths here. In through the nose and out through the nose. Drop into your body. Drop into your breath. Drop into yourself. We're going to inhale, we're going to roll through the spine, all the way through from the bottom of the spine to the top into a nice cobra, and then in, rock those hips back and press into prayer. And again, rolling through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, exhale, push back. Keep going with this for a while, just bringing in some movement to the body, flushing out with nice big breaths in and out. Exhale, and one last time. Exhale, good. And this time we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring the hips to the right, and then down, and then left, and then back. Right, down, left, and back. One more time. Inhale, and exhale. Try the other direction. Getting some of that synovial fluid in through the hips and the joints. Kind of just getting that movement, moisturizing the joints. And come back to prayer. Good. Go ahead and just rock side to side a little bit. Maybe tilt and look under your right armpit. And then tilt and look under your left. Take the hands over to the right and stretch out that left side body. Breathe deeply. And then gently walk the hands over to the other side and breathe deeply on the other side. Good. Coming back to center, let's come up onto all fours. And let's take that right leg out and up, just to kind of engage that hamstring, the glute. And then when you're ready, go ahead and take that left arm off the mat as well. So we've got this nice core activating, strengthening pose, just to kind of bring some heat into the body, pressing that palm down into the mat, getting some space between your shoulder and your ear, and bring that back down to the mat. Try the other side, energize the back of that left knee, lift the foot off the ground, the leg off the ground, and then the right arm also comes off the ground. You want to make sure your core is engaged, belly button moving towards the spine, root of the palm pressing in to the mat. And release. Go ahead and take that left arm out and through. We're going to get down here, this little back of the scapula stretch, but we're going to extend that leg, the right leg, and we're going to look under the right armpit. My weight is back. So I'm kind of pressing my weight towards my heels. You should feel that stretch between the scapula, but also along the left side of the spine. Pressing that heel towards the wall behind you. If you want, you can also take that right hand onto your hip, and then you can take the right hand up as well. Really try to get that heel moving back, 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 back. Good. Take the hand gently down to the mat. Push yourself back up to all fours. Let's tuck the toes and take the hips back to the heels, just to kind of give the toes a little bit of love and a big stretch. Obviously, with that weight on the toes tucked in, they're getting some heat there. Maybe you want to shake out the wrists or shake out the shoulders. Come on back to all fours. Gently tap the tops of your feet on the mat. Generate some blood circulation there. Take the right arm out and let's try the other side. We're going to thread the needle. So bring that right arm underneath the left. Extend the left leg. Take the weight back. And then look over your left shoulder. So feel that pull from the top of your right shoulder down the right side of your back. And then if you want to try that balancing, taking the left hand to the hip or the left arm up. Gently bring that leg back down as you press the left hand in to the mat. And let's go ahead and take that right leg up one more time. And the left arm up one more time. We're going to inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to bring both elbow and knee through. We're going to send the elbow to the ceiling as we bring the knee to the nose. And then we're going to send everything right back out. Exhale, squeezing the air out, elbow passes the rib cage, spine bends, knee comes to the nose, inhale, all the way back out, slow and steady here. So we're like two railroad tracks moving in parallel, the elbow and the knee. Obviously, there's a lot of wobbling going on, and we're trying to stay solid. Go ahead and bring that down, tuck the toes, send the hips back. Give a little love to those toes. Shake it out. Shake out the wrists. Come on back down. Tap the tops of those feet. And then take the left leg out, right arm up. Inhale. And exhale, slow and steady. We're gonna bring the knee forward and the elbow back. Inhale, back to neutral, back out, long length. Core is engaged. Exhale, back through. Inhale. Really think about those two lines being parallel, the elbow line and the knee line, two railroad tracks, slicing the side of the body. And release. Excellent. Go ahead and let's come down onto, let the toes untuck, bring your hips down, and let's take the top of the head to the mat and grab your heels. Take a nice deep breath here in. On the exhale, we're gonna lift the lower back. Get the top of the head towards the mat. Breathe here. Beautiful, that's rabbit pose. And then just to give ourselves a nice counter stretch, flip onto your booty, take your feet flat on the ground and your fingertips flat on the ground facing forward. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders behind you, chin to chest. And on the exhale, let's press into a table. So you want to get that pelvis up as high as you can, pressing those hands out of the mat, and then look up at the ceiling. Slowly with control, drop that pelvis down. And then sweep the arms forward. Grab hold of the feet and then just let the eye sockets kind of fold on top of the knee. So the eye sockets just kind of drop right on top of the kneecaps. Inhale, sweep the arms back. Exhale, table. Breathe. Look up if that is okay on your neck. On the exhale, come down. Sweep those arms forward. Hold on to the outsides of the feet, eye sockets to kneecaps. Big breath. And one more time, sweeping those hands back. Fingertips forward. Inhale. Squeeze those shoulders behind you. Exhale, table. Tight glutes. Pressing out of the shoulders. Shoulders are not, neck is not sinking into the shoulders. Breathe. And then slowly come down. This time, as you bring your torso forward, bring the soles of the feet together. Swing the arms forward and just holding onto the toes, gently pull the top of your head down towards the toes as you open up the knees and let them drop to the floor. Good. Go ahead and bring your left leg in front of your right. Your right is tucked. We're just gonna do a little press up onto that knee so that we can kind of do almost like a half wild thing pose. Usually that left leg is straight, but we're pressing the pelvis as far forward as we can, keeping the left knee open and reaching towards the left side of our body. And then we're gonna come down, bringing that booty back down. And then in the same position, just do a little gentle twist, looking over your left shoulder. So this knee is down, the right knee is down on the mat, and the left knee is up, and we're just doing a gentle twist. Coming back around, Placing the right hand on the mat, pressing up into a half wild thing, pressing the pelvis forward, 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 and then down. Both sits bones on the mat, twist, look over that left shoulder. Coming back one more time. Pelvis comes off the floor, reach, reach, reach. If you want, you can even come up on the toe of that left toe can come, the heel can come up off the mat, coming back down. Sit on both butt cheeks and twist to the left. Beautiful. Let's switch sides. Left leg is tucked slightly under, the right knee is up. The left hand is on the mat. We press the pelvis forward, as far forward as we can while we keep the right knee reaching up towards the ceiling. And we're getting our torso all the way back behind us. And then we're bringing that pelvis down to the mat. We're sitting on both butt cheeks. And then we're just doing a gentle twist over the right shoulder. I'm hugging my right knee with my left arm. And then we untwist. Take a nice deep breath in and reach back. Big full body extension. Dropping down. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, untwist. Reach up, press and come up. Bring that heel off the mat. Make sure the whole hand is on the mat, the left hand. And then coming down, rotate onto both sits bones and twist. Beautiful. Feels good. Let's take those legs out. Feet are flexed. Just do a little stretch to the side. You can grab your ankle, the pinky side of that left foot. Keep the feet engaged and flexed. I'm just reaching that right arm up and over. I'm keeping my chest open. And I'm looking under that right armpit, dropping the scapula down the back. Breathe here. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to round the right side of the body down, and we're going to take the hands to either side of the ankle. We're going to let the forehead drop, but we're anchoring the right hip down into the mat. Hold here and breathe. And we're going to walk those hands up. We're going to take the right hand behind us. And we're going to do the same thing we just did. Lift the pelvis off the floor. Reach the left arm up and behind. Now your pelvis might only come like 2 or 3 inches off the ground, but that's all right. Good, beautiful. Let's try the other side. Feet are flexed. Inhale, the left arm comes up and over. I'm grabbing the outside of my pinky side of my right foot. I'm dropping the scapula down the back as I gently pull my ear closer to my knee while I anchor the left hip. Breathing here. That shoulder wants to creep up sometimes. You got to keep dropping it. Let the left side of the torso and the shoulder drape down. See if you can walk those fingertips a little further away. Let the forehead release towards the knee. With each exhale, see if you can release a little deeper. And then we're going to do that very gentle, wild thing with straight legs. Left hand comes onto the floor. We inhale. On the exhale, we press the pelvis off the floor. pushing the heels into the mat, into the floor, and coming down. That's a really strenuous one. That's a strenuous version of the wild thing. So we'll keep working on that. Bring the soles of the feet together. Go ahead and grab your ankles and let the elbows just kind of gently press the knees down. And then we're going to do that little hip stretch or hip opener where we stack the knees as best we can. Sometimes you have to pick up a leg and do a little bit of maneuvering here. We want both sits bones on the mat and those knees stacked right on top of each other. I've got my right knee over my left. Now I feel this pretty intensely in my hips already. This may feel not even doable. You may want to take your knees a little further apart. And this may feel absolutely like nothing to you. And if you want an extra challenge here, you can drop the head forward and reach the fingertips forward. Breathe into the tight spots. And then you can also do little twists here where you kind of move your hands to either side, either to the left or to the right. You can grab the knee and kind of bring your forehead a little closer. Play with this. When you're ready, come on up. Grab the right heel with your right hand and lift the leg up and out. Go ahead and flex the foot and point the foot right here. Just flex and point. Getting a little tension and a little stretch in the hamstring. And then bring that gently down to the floor. Untuck that left leg and let's stack the other side. Left leg on top of right. Make your adjustments. The main thing here is that you want to make sure you're not on one butt cheek. You want both solidly rooting into the mat. Take a couple of big breaths here. Release those hips. And if you feel like it, only if you feel like it, release the forehead forward. And you can do your little twists and your little play with this pose. Feel what feels good, what feels challenging. And then when you're ready, recover coming back up with a straight spine. Grab the left arch or the heel of the left foot and then take the left leg out and just flex and point the foot here. I got my right hand on the mat to help me with my stabilization. We're just flexing and pointing, flexing and pointing, and then coming back, bringing that back down. Let's bring both heels together like we're kind of clicking the heels. We're going to take the right arm to the right leg and extend. See how tall you can keep your spine. Bring it back. Left leg and left arm out. Keeping your spine lifted. Try that again. And then maybe when you do the transition, you try to actually have no toes on the floor for a second there. So no toes on the floor just for a second. If that's hard, just bring one down and then switch. If you want, you can also try taking both out at the same time. Lengthen through the spine, through the top of your head, and bring them down. Good. Let's just drop those knees. I've got my left leg in front of my right. Knees are nice and dropped on the mat. Lower legs are on the mat. Hands are behind me, fingertips forward. We're gonna inhale. On the exhale, the pelvis comes forward. One more time, we've got a lot of pelvis work today. Push the pelvis forward, let the head fall back behind you. Breathe. And recover. Uncross those legs. Maybe do a little windshield wiper here. Nice and fluid. Cross the right over the left. You want the whole bottom leg on the mat. So if you need to separate the legs a little bit and not have them too crossed, do what you need. You really want to make sure the knees and the shins can touch the ground when you do this pelvic press. So inhale, squeeze the shoulders behind you. On the exhale, the pelvis presses forward as we roll the weight onto our shins and let the head fall behind us. And release. All right, uncross those legs. Let's come onto our forearm. I'm going to start on my left forearm. I'm going to either stack my feet right on top of each other or place my top foot, my right foot, right in front of my back foot. We're going to do a little side plank right here on our forearm. So we're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to lift the pelvis off the mat. My hand is on my hip. And I'm just going to take that arm up and look up. Breathe here. And recover. Now you can transfer to the other side by just rolling onto your pelvis and setting up the other side. If you want an extra challenge, we can come back to that left arm side plank and rotate the hips down towards the mat. So we come into this forearm plank and then rotate to the other side, just with never bringing our hips down to the floor. That's an added challenge for that transition. So breathe here. We're going to do both sides one more time. If you want to do the challenge transition, tuck the left arm under and then rotate over to the other side. And then other side, tuck the right arm, rotate the hips, and breathe. And then back down and tuck those knees. And let's just come into prayer for a minute. Big breath, big sigh. One more time. Coming all the way up. We're going to do a few little push-ups here. Tuck those heels up and just give me 3 push-ups. So 1 and 2 and 3. Good. Bringing that right knee forward. Tuck the back toe. And then send the knee up off the ground. Take the hand back. And then forward. And back. And forward. So we're in this runner's lunge. And we just got this tick-tock arm. Good. Now we have the arm all the way up and twist. Runner's lunge with a spinal twist. From here, we're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to bring that elbow down and across the body. And try and reach that elbow towards the left hip. And then inhale and come back up. Runner's lunge. And then exhale, elbow across the body. And inhale, reach up. Last one. Elbow in. Hands come to the mat, knee comes to the mat, leg comes back, prayer pose. Come on up, 3 push-ups. 1 and 2 and 3. Beautiful, left leg comes forward, back toe tucks, knee comes off the mat, arm goes back, tick tock, inhale, reach forward, exhale, reach back. Big inhale all the way up and exhale into that delicious spinal twist. Inhale, exhale, elbow comes across the body and we tuck. We look under that armpit, we inhale, we reach up. We exhale, we crunch. We inhale, we reach. We exhale, we crunch. We inhale, we reach. Hand comes down to the mat. Foot comes back. Prayer pose. And last 3 push-ups right here. 3 and 2 and 1. Ah, beautiful. Let's stand up and get some water and we'll do our pranayama. We should be warm by now. All right. 20 breaths. Inhale, look up, exhale through heart center. Ready, begin. Couple more. On that last one, interlace the fingers in a way that doesn't feel quite natural. Send those shoulders up the ladder one at a time. Create that space in the waist. And release those fingertips and hands as you spread them out, down, and out. And let's just come right into a nice tree pose. Right from there. Taking the arms up when you're ready. And shifting sides. Taking the time that you need. Your body knows what it needs. If you listen, it'll tell you. In tree pose, I like to really think about the roots of my feet, the 4 corners of my feet, energetically sending that energy down. And then the fingertips of my, especially my pointy finger, because you can't see my pointy finger when I'm up there, but I'm pointing towards the sky. So I have that upward energy and that rooted energy, and I'm just part of that line. My body is part of that line. All right. Let's do a little bit of standing work. Well, we know we have to do our triangle, so let's just do that before I forget. Don't want to forget again. So let's just come into a pyramid pose, toes pointing forward. And we're going to take the left toes out and the right heel in. We're going to reach the arms out and we're going to just do a nice little torso tilt, like we're trying to grab something like from the fridge and somebody's pulling us the other way. And then we do a little teeter-tot with the torso when we come into our triangle pose. So you can rest your hands on the shin. You can rest your hand on the mat in front or on the mat behind you. The trick here is that you really want to try and flatten the body. So my left shoulder is rotated back and down. My pelvis is pressing forward slightly. So you don't want your booty hanging out behind you. Triangle pose on the left. Breathe here. If that hurts your neck, you can look down. And then when you're ready, just bring that torso up and the toes forward. And just kind of wiggle the hips a little bit there. Shake it out. Maybe give your pelvis a little gentle pound. Now we forgot this, or I forgot this side last week, so let's get this one in. Right toes out, left heel in. Reach, 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 reach. Tilt. And then make your little minor adjustments here. Try to find that flat torso. So you want your torso parallel with the floor. Do you notice I was just kind of up here, my mid-back, and then I tried to get that long parallel line and lengthen through the spine. See if you can find that flat piece of paper. Feeling in your body. And then without too much strain, if you need to bend that front knee slightly to come up, teeter-tot right back up and toes forward. Coming up from that can feel like a lot on this right knee. So I'd like to just do a micro bend and then bring my torso forward. All right, good. Let's just come on down into a nice forward fold with legs wide. Slowly kind of folding the torso down, doing a little shift side to side, or maybe hold the elbows in your hands and do a little figure eight. Trace a little figure eight with your torso. Even here, you can have a nice soft bend in the knees if this is too much. We're just trying to flow into a forward fold. And when you feel like the figure eight gets smaller and smaller and smaller, find yourself in that forward fold. Let's take the hands over to the left foot and see if we can just get the nose to the left knee. And then walk the hands over to the right and see if you can, the right foot, and see if you can get the nose to the right knee. And then bring the torso back to center and let's bring the heels in and the toes out. And then drop the pelvis down between the feet and see if you can bring up the torso and then pressing your hands together in prayer. Sometimes you have to make minor adjustments on the mat to get into this sumo squat. Breathe here. And then see if you can push those feet into the floor to come to standing, and then roll onto the toes and come all the way up into star. Balancing on your toes, wide and light. Good, let's come to mountain, facing the front of the mat. I'm just gonna take a nice step back into crescent pose. So we're gonna inhale, step back into crescent pose, and then exhale right back to mountain. Try the other side. Inhale, crescent, exhale, mountain. Inhale, crescent, exhale, mountain. Keep going, find your rhythm. Last set. And rest. Good. Go ahead and come into chair pose. Booty's back. Arms by your ears. Knees over toes. Breathe here. Lift the thigh to the chest. Balance on one leg. Send that leg back. Drop the heel and then rotate all the way open into warrior two. Find your warrior two. Breath here. A nice little reverse warrior, just right here, keeping that knee bent. And then back to warrior two. Back to crescent. And mountain. Chair pose. Breathe. Left thigh comes to the chest. Balance there for a minute and then send that leg back. Drop the heel, open up the hips to warrior two. Breathe here. Tracking that right knee over the right toes. Stay with that leg bent and then reach the right arm up and over for reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Lift that heel, back to crescent, and step forward to mountain. Good. Shake it out, get some water. Okay, moving right along. I'm gonna grab my block. We're gonna go into half moon. So let's find our way into that. Standing in mountain. Let's come through chair again. So we'll start with chair. Right thigh lifts to the chest and then sends the heel back. Then the heel drops and we come into warrior two. We're gonna lengthen that front leg and reach forward back in to triangle pose. Give ourselves a little second in triangle. Look down towards the mat, bend the left leg, push onto the left leg, and then come into half moon. The right leg comes off the ground, the right arm is up, and then we shift our focus. Ooh. Sometimes we fall. When we recover, we come right back to that warrior two. We shift into the crescent, lifting that back heel, and we come back into mountain. Chair. chair. Left leg comes to the thigh and shoots back. Warrior two, opposite side. Lengthen that front leg, reach and tilt. Triangle, opposite side. Look down, bend the right leg, push onto the right leg. And then lift that leg off the ground and the left arm comes up. So on the other side, I fell forward, and on this side, I fell back. Clearly, I'm having some balancing issues. There we go. You know when you get that sweet spot, it feels right. Transition back to warrior two, then crescent, and then mountain. Ah, not easy stuff. Let's come down to the mat. Go ahead and hug the knees to the chest and circle them around. And the other way. We're gonna do a few core exercises. Let's lift the legs straight up and the arms are above the head. Nice and simple. We're gonna inhale. We're gonna exhale, peel the upper body off the mat as we reach towards the toes. Hold the breath. Inhale and then exhale and punch a little bit higher up. And then release the torso and the head back down to the mat on the inhale. Exhale, reach. Inhale, hold the breath. And exhale, punch it up. Inhale, release back down. Exhale, reach. Inhale, hold. Exhale, punch a little higher. Inhale, release back down. Keep going. Last one. And release. So when we do these yogic core exercises, we're doing less reps, but we're doing more focused work. So we're matching the movement of our body with the movement of our breath. Let's go ahead and send the left leg to the mat and the right leg up. We're just going to kind of grab either the back of the thigh, the calf, wherever you want to grab. We're going to just kind of gently pull that leg towards us, stretching out those hamstrings, and then try the other side just for a minute, little stretch. Good. So we're going to inhale here and bring the torso off the ground, up towards our thigh. We're going to inhale and switch scissor legs. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And release. So we don't do too many, but we do them focused and we do them with precision. And what's the word I'm looking for? Efficiency. Go ahead and let those knees fall side to side, maybe just kind of giving your lower back a little minute here. Good. We're going to inhale, feet are flat on the ground. We're gonna exhale and bring those arms through and down and out and up. Now my torso is slightly leaning back. I'm gonna open to the right, inhale, open to the left, inhale, and then roll back down. Ooh, vertebrae by vertebrae, and the arms come up above the head. I'm keeping my hands in prayer. Inhale here. Arms slide down the face to the chest, up and forward and up. Take your torso back, open to the right, inhale, open to the left, inhale, and then curve that spine down, hands come to the chest, to the face, and to the floor. Last time, inhale, and shoo, all the way up, lean back, exhale, open, exhale, open, and back down. Ah, feels like a dance, doesn't it? Nice, beautiful. Let's bring those feet flat on the ground, hands down by our sides. We're gonna inhale here. We're gonna tuck the pelvis, and we're gonna squeeze those shoulders underneath our rib cage as we press the hips up into a bridge. See if you can get those shoulders even more tucked underneath you. Sometimes you have to make a little adjustment there. Breathe here in bridge. We're gonna just lower halfway and then right back up. Shoot, with a nice big exhale. Inhale halfway down. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, halfway down, squeeze. See if you can get higher. Inhale halfway down and squeeze. Hold here. We're gonna kiss those knees out, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, back to neutral. And untuck the shoulders, and then slowly, 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 vertebrae, vertebrae, back down. I'm scooting myself down on my mat because we're either going to come to L, which is releasing that lower back on the mat, or if you want, we haven't done this in a really long time, you can come into candle. So candle is when you're going to lift the hips off the mat and walk the hands up the back till you get to this candle position. You want your feet right over your hips. You don't want your feet over your head. So see if you can find this candle. L is always a fine, fine option. From candle, if you feel the desire, you can let the feet come all the way over, and then you can place your palms on the mat into plow pose. And then when you're ready, keeping the legs nice and close together and keeping them as close to your torso as you can, bring the spine slowly vertebrae by vertebrae back down to L. And then let's lower the legs for a count of 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just relax for a second, shake the body out. Good. Take the right leg over the left. Pull that thigh towards you as you push the knee away. And switch sides. And hug those knees and come into happy baby. Little rock side to side. Trying to get that lower back on the mat. Go ahead and just kind of, while you're here, give yourself a little face massage. Like, just move your face around. Make some funny faces. Scrunch your face. Open up your jaw. Stick out your tongue. And then when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in and extend the body fully. Nice big long line. Inhale. Squeeze everything. Tighten everything. Can you make yourself into like the stiffest board that you possibly could? Core is tight. Rib cage is tight. Everything is tight, 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 tight. And then exhale. Swallow and remove the tongue from the mouth. Stick out the tongue, say, ah. And close your eyes and come into Shavasana as we honor the work that we've done today.
Run when the rhythm's right, go into the night. Go until you're out of sight and you're out of my mind. Run when the rhythm's right, go into the night. Floating as the river flows, easy as it goes to the ocean. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. Walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lie. You promise me, but you never try. Secrets in your eyes, you go and run all high. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lie. I don't ever wanna be crowned, just another prize. It breaks my heart. Lost in the midnight blue, shadows of the moon. Here with open arms for you, feeling something so new. Said with me you'd reach the sun, oh but we were so young. Love me till the summer's done, but keep me in your heart, so I hold on. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do,
stay in Shavasana if you'd like. Otherwise, we'll close our practice today, reflecting on the work we've done, the work we continue to do, our challenging areas, our growth areas, our resource areas, our strength areas. It's all part of us. It's all divine. Namaste.
No, that's good. Thank you.
Thank you.